and this is the Mason Kussmaul Show. First, it's a little bit of a later show, and that's because originally we were going to go to River Ridge baseball and softball games, but those got canceled, and I didn't feel like changing the show back to, so it went earlier, but it is what it is. So welcome in. It is 7:30, another late episode, probably get done around 8, just how it is. It usually goes for 30 minutes on here, and this is the Mason Kussmaul Show. Welcome in. Once again, I just want to remind you, turn on notifications and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Mason Kussmaul Show. And I'm going to explain at the end why it's still important to turn on notifications and subscribe. But otherwise, let's get into our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Warco Transportation in Bloomington, Wisconsin. Travel with us for your favorite vacation destinations. Thanks for sponsoring. And let's dive right into a weather forecast then, and we are going to get into Memorial Weekend forecast. It is the first major holiday weekend for the Mason Kussmaul Show, so let's dive right into it. Right now, though, start with Thursday, and right now it is 48 degrees. It has not been feeling like May. The average high, which it doesn't say on here, I usually be able to see it, but it doesn't say it on here, is about 65, mid-60s for May. It hasn't been feeling like that. We are below average. It's been feeling like March more than May. And that isn't something I want to go back to anytime soon. I prefer May, maybe even June, more June than May. But right now it's 48 degrees. It is going to get cooler overnight. We're going to go into the mid 40s, and then we're going to warm back up as the morning progresses. And then tomorrow we're going to eventually reach up to a high of 63 degrees tomorrow with cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 43 degrees with winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So winds will be picking up a little bit. And it's actually, I will say this, I'm kind of mixed opinion on this though. Looking outside, it's actually not bad outside with the wind. So it's fairly nice without the wind. So as we get into Memorial Day weekend, I promise it will get nicer, and I'm going to dive right into that right now. Friday, we have generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds with a high of 67 degrees with winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So about the same, just a little bit warmer on Friday with a low of 41 degrees overnight. So just a little bit warmer on Friday. And then Friday is the start of Memorial Day weekend. People are going to get off of work. I'm going to get out of school. Last day of school for River Ridge. It's half a day. We would get out at 12:30. So that will start our Memorial Day weekend on Friday. You'd probably be going camping and stuff. I'm going to our cabin, our grandparents' cabin for the weekend. Spend the weekend there. Saturday, sunny, along with a few clouds. High of 68 degrees, winds light and variable. Saturday is going to be the day to do stuff outside. Saturday is going to be the nicest day. And it's not going to be an extremely warm Memorial Day weekend, but it's going to be fairly nice. You know, it's better than what we're having right now. If we were having all this stuff right now, I would not be wanting to go camping and all that. So probably if you want to go out on the boat, which we live near the Wisconsin and Mississippi rivers. So if you want to go out on the boat, probably not swimming is probably going to be a no because water temperatures are way cooler, probably down into the 50s, and that's not warm. I know that because I felt the water. We went to our cabin actually before this evening, and I felt the water. It was not warm, not swimming. Probably not going to warm up really anytime soon before Memorial Day weekend. So unfortunately, it's probably not going to be very nice. Sunday, we have mostly cloudy skies with a high of 68 degrees Fahrenheit with winds out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. High of 68 degrees, low of 44 degrees. About the same temperatures, but I just wish the clouds would kind of go away. But it's mostly cloudy means more clouds than sun. The sun will still be there. The clouds, they're going to be more scattered, though. They're going to be there, though. And I am going to say Monday's forecast, and I'll explain why at the end, too. So I'm just going to say Memorial Day's forecast, and I'll explain why at the end. Monday, Memorial Day, is a high of 66 degrees Fahrenheit with more clouds than sun, with winds out of the east at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so winds are picking up there, and a low of 46 degrees. So, Memorial Day weekend, okay. I mean, not bad. It could be better, but not bad. Just looking at the extended forecast, and again, this is where I'm getting ahead of myself. The next weekend, we're going to be up to 80, so I'll be excited to talk about that because warm temperatures and all the and precipitation and all that, which I don't see rain on here that much, besides today, makes for a greener lawn. So, all right, that is your weather forecast powered by Fox Weather for Thursday to Monday, and normally it'd be till Sunday, but it's still Monday. All right, let's go to the MLB. Milwaukee Brewers, who are fourth in the National League Central. They played a game today against the Baltimore Orioles, and I said in the last video, because I was talking about this game, I pronounced it Orioles instead of Orioles, but it is Orioles, not Oreos. So if I say Oreos, it's Orioles, and I just said Orioles. It's Orioles, and I don't know. I get why you mix it up, so I'm not going to judge people on that. The Baltimore Orioles beat the Milwaukee Brewers today, 8-4. The Baltimore Orioles have a record of 16 wins and 32 losses, and the Milwaukee Brewers have a record of 24 wins and 26 losses. Upcoming games for the Brewers. Tomorrow at 5:40 p.m., the Brewers will head to The Brewers will play the and I believe that'll probably be on whatever local channel you have. They're the no, they're not the San Francisco Pirates. I don't know why. I don't know why that's not coming to my mind what city they're from. Not San Diego. Anyway, the Pirates are playing. I can't remember what city they're from. I know it. I just can't remember. The Brewers, going to Friday now, Friday, May 23rd, the Brewers will play the Pirates again at 5:40 p.m., same time, easy convenience. Saturday, May 24th, the Brewers will again play the Pirates at 3:05 p.m. And then Sunday, May 25th, the Brewers will play the Pirates at 12:35 p.m. So games, they will be easy to watch, easy to find, especially since it's Memorial Day weekend. I don't know why. I just can't remember what city they're from. They're not from San Diego. That's the Padres. And now I'm thinking something Colorado or whatever. Well, I'm sorry. I can't figure out. I know what they're from. I just can't remember. All right. Well, that wraps up our Milwaukee Brewers segment from Google, MLB.com as well. All right, let's go to River Ridge School District academic/athletic events. This is going to be the last featuring of these until September again, if I'm still doing the Mason Kussmaul Show, because school's out on Friday. So, yeah, there's not going to be much to talk about if I continue to go on. So, tomorrow is a busy day, though, because it's kind of going to be a wrap-up day. Everybody wants to get things done tomorrow, all that. So, we are going to go, instead of Thursday through Sunday, we're going to go only through Thursday through Friday today. So here we go. Thursday, May 22nd, middle school events. Middle school awards, not sure what time that is, doesn't say on here. High school athletics, softball, varsity, Wisconsin, WIAA, regional, to be announced, to be determined, all that stuff. Opponent, time, where is that? All says to be announced. Yeah. High school events at 8 a.m. tomorrow is the high school final exams. They are starting that. Elementary events at 8 a.m. tomorrow is the end of the year celebration. Middle school events at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow is the 8th grade orientation. Middle school events at 4:15 p.m. is the track girls middle school meet. Now, I believe that has been... I'm wondering why that shows up on here. I thought that was canceled. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is canceled. It says, well, then it says this, and then it says track middle school meet canceled, so I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm not even going to say that. I don't even know what that is. High school athletics at 5 p.m. tomorrow is the baseball varsity game, which has been canceled. High school athletics at 7 p.m. is the baseball varsity game against Belmont at the River Ridge School District. And high school athletics at 7 p.m. is the softball varsity game against Belmont at the River Ridge School District. Friday, May 23rd, the last day of school for River Ridge, is the end of the fourth quarter. we are done. Everything's done. All the grades, fourth quarter grades are due, all that. District events is the last day of school. District event starting at 8 a.m. End of the quarter grades are due by 3:30 a.m. Pretty early. High school events at 8 a.m. is the high school. They're wrapping up their final exams. It is a shortened schedule. It's an early release day. Middle school events at 9:30 a.m. on Friday is the middle school picnic in the park at the Bloomington Park in Bloomington. And a district event at 12:30 p.m. is an early release at 12:30 p.m. Everybody's going home, starting their summer break. And district event starting at 1 p.m. is the staff in service. They are not done at 12:30, but they will finish up the afternoon and then be done. And that wraps up our River Ridge School District academic/athletic events. We will see it again back in September. What's its replacement going to be? Well, it's going to be hurricanes. This is going to be the hurricane segment now, where I'm going to give an update on hurricanes and all that. This is where you're going to find it. It's going to be replaced with this. So remember last video, if you want to check that out, it's still there. Go to the live segment on the channel homepage and you'll find it. I talked about hurricanes and all that stuff and their predictions from Colorado State University and all that, which I think NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, is coming out with their prediction tomorrow, I believe. So you'll probably be able to check that out if you are kind of enthused with this. But I will be replacing with that. I'll have coverage from hurricanes. And once again, I kind of get my coverage off of Fox Weather. I think they do a good job. They call themselves Hurricane HQ, so. But anyway, that wraps up that. So let's dive right into Mason's Moment, my favorite part of the show. And I'm going to break down my summer break from the end of May on Friday to the start of September. I believe the first day of school. I'm not even going to say it because I forgot, just like I forgot what the Pirates are. I'm going to look it up after this. Like, I'm so concerned about that. I'm looking it up right now, actually. Yes, tell me what this is. Pittsburgh Pirates, that's what they are. I would never have guessed that. I forgot about that. Okay, so they are the Pittsburgh Pirates, for correction. Just wanted to make sure. All right, Mason's Moment now, going back to that. So my summer breakdown, and it all starts on Friday with Memorial Day, Memorial Weekend. Memorial Weekend is I consider the start of the summer because it's always kind of the start of summer activities. We usually go out in the boat, we usually go camping, all that, and I love it. Memorial Weekend and Independence Day weekend, they are the highlight of the summer. Besides my trip to Hayward, that's also the highlight of the summer. So both of them highlight of the summer because not a lot of people are working, people have off, they can do stuff on those weekends. Memorial Day weekend, highly recommend. And also, it's nice when the temperatures warm up so you can actually do stuff on this weekend, because if you're in Southwest Wisconsin today, it's rainy and cold. So if you're having a Memorial Day weekend where it's rainy and cold, I don't think you're going to want to go out on the boat or go camping. So kind of forget all your plans for Memorial Weekend. We're staying home, we're doing nothing. That's not the case this weekend. If you're just joining in, whenever this live segment is done, you can go back and check out the Memorial Weekend forecast. Looks fairly nice. It's going to be in the mid-60s, mid to upper 60s. Winds are going to be light. Water temperature, though, if you're going out in the boat, probably not suitable for swimming. If you're going out on the boat, probably fine. Maybe a sweatshirt would be recommended, because if you're going faster, the wind's going to be coming on you. It might be a little chilly. So maybe a sweatshirt recommended, especially if you're going out in the morning or at night when it's cooler. Because think about it, it can get nice in the day to the point where it's kind of hot, but at nighttime and early in the morning, it's in the 40s. Like, I think the low was like 43 degrees. So that's not very suitable for stuff. I mean, if you're sitting around the campfire at night and it's like mid 40s, you have a sweatshirt and sweatpants on, it's not that bad. I mean, you have the fire going, the mosquitoes might be biting you, but everything else is good. You're at a camper, you're at a campfire and all that. The mosquitoes won't bother you unless they're carrying malaria with them, then they might bother you. But anyway, if you don't want that to happen. Anyway, so also, what happens after Memorial Day weekend? Well, it's going to start to warm up, and I'm going to be kicking off baseball. I was supposed to have my team was supposed to have a baseball game on Tuesday, but yesterday that got rained out by the rain. Rain just can't. I feel like rain has been really good about avoiding days I had baseball in the past, but so far it's not doing a good job. This year we've probably had 1 or 2 practices canceled and now 1 game canceled because of rain. So, I like rain, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I like rain, but only when it rains once or twice a week. Otherwise, I hate rain. Otherwise, I think it's disgusting. And I do not like it when it rains on the weekend, like especially Memorial Day weekend. If it's raining on Memorial Day weekend, it's disgusting and you want to do nothing. It's gross. I just look out the window and I'm like, this is disgusting. I could be doing way more better things than sitting here watching raindrops fall. And by yesterday, we had over an inch of rain. I know that because my dad got a rain gauge for his birthday. And I put it out in our yard, and I got to make sure I don't mow it over, because if I do mow it over, then I mowed our last one over. Did I tell you that story? So I had just got my lawnmower, and I was so obsessed with mowing it, and I was mowing the backyard, like right out here, the backyard, and the rain gauge was right in the yard, and the rain gauge is clear and silver, and I can't see it, so I turn on the mower and start mowing. I have my headphones on. I'm listening to Q94. I can't hear it because I'm listening to some country song, or I don't know who's on there. What's her name? I can't remember her name, but whatever. So I'm listening to that, and I didn't even hear the rain gauge. It was glass. It wasn't plastic. It was glass. Go through the mower and stuff. I didn't even hear that. I was like, oh, I didn't hear it. So I come back out, and I'm done mowing. I finished mowing, and my dad's like, you mowed over the rain gauge. And I'm like, I didn't hear it. That's no way. So I look down. Yeah, there's glass all over. Oh, yeah, I mowed it over. All right. So, yeah, we got a new rain gauge, which is sitting in the flower bed over here. It's much larger, too, and a little bit more noticeable because instead of just being clear and shiny and glass and all that, it's more noticeable where it has like blue on the top and blue on the bottom, and you can see it better and all that. So it's more noticeable. And speaking of my lawnmower, this is not about summer. This is nothing about this. Off topic again, this has nothing to do with summer. Well, sort of is. My lawnmower broke down because it couldn't turn to the left properly. I can't remember. The sheet's like right over there, but I don't want to get up and grab it because I feel like it's over there. And it couldn't turn to the left properly, and apparently I thought it would be something minor, but no, they came back from Sloan Implement today, $447, not cheap. So, and I've always said that lawnmower is not cheap, and it's a used lawnmower, so it probably had these difficulties and stuff when it was used, and it's just getting fixed now and all that. So, but yeah, I came back from Sloan's today. So I can use it, I can mow with it. I'm glad it came back because otherwise I was stuck with the zero turn, and I'm not good with those. So I'll tell you that story. So when I was probably about 4 or 5, maybe a little older than that, maybe like 5 or 6, me and Dad here, and the zero turn lawnmower was sitting in the garage, and Dad's like, Mason, come here. Do you want to drive this? And I'm like, knowing I think it was fairly new too. The zero turn was new. So I'm like, what even is this? And he's like, it's a zero turn lawnmower. Come on, you have to learn because you're going to drive it one day. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. So I did. And it didn't go so well. His truck was kind of not parallel, but like kind of straight ahead, but a little diagonally to the left. And I can remember the exact motion. He turned it on. I was sitting in the seat, and I just pushed the thing forward, not really knowing what to do exactly. And it was sitting in the garage, too. And it went right towards the truck and hit it and slammed right into its fender or bumper, whatever it is. And long story short, it hit the truck. However, the truck only had one little dent in its fender or bumper. Bumper, yeah. And I'm like, and I felt so guilty. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And he's like, well, I probably should have took it out of the garage for you and put it in the yard. So, all that. But whatever. Long story short, the truck, we still have it. It's never gotten really fixed for that situation, so it's still there, and it works fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. That was probably how old am I now? 12, and that was probably what, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So yeah, and we haven't had a problem with it. The truck was from, it's a 2016 year Chevy Silverado. So yeah, it still works good. Was it my dad's new work truck? Then probably would not have gone so well, because that really doesn't have a fender or a bumper or anything. So yeah, but anyway, we're only still in the first week of summer here. So I'm going to kind of fast forward to, we have baseball and all that, and then probably a lot of camping in between, all that stuff. And I'm going to fast forward to July 4th weekend. That is when there is a lot of stuff going on. And I'm going to kind of break it down. So 4th of July, I believe this year is on a Thursday. So 4th of July weekend will be after. So on Friday the 5th, Saturday the 6th, and then Sunday the 7th, all that. So usually 4th of July weekend, we get like more opportunities to stay at the cabin and stuff, because mom and dad usually don't have to work most of that week. So since 4th of July is on a Thursday this year, and I'm going to double check because I'm pretty sure, yeah. 4th of July is on a Friday. I'm sorry, it's on a Friday. Okay. So Friday the 4th, Saturday the 5th, and Sunday the 6th. Okay, 4th of July is on a Friday. I am getting so many things wrong tonight. That's why it's good to double check yourself. So we'll probably stay at the cabin, I'm assuming, probably from like Wednesday. Like probably mom and dad will take off from like Wednesday to Sunday, because we usually stay for roughly about 5-ish days, maybe longer than that, depending on the year and what day 4th of July falls on and all that. It's always different every year, never the same. And so we'll probably stay. It's usually warmer by then. It's not going to be 50 degrees and raining, hopefully in July. Otherwise, we have a climate problem. Talk about climate change there. Climate change in the wrong direction. Of course, climate change can never really be in the right direction. But anyway, so, and it will probably be, the water will be much warmer. And I'm going to look this up right now. What is the average water temperature in the Mississippi River? Not in Hawaii. Why did I type that? M-I-S-S. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so it says, during winter, the coldest parts of the river are just above freezing, around 33 degrees Fahrenheit. In summer, temperatures can reach into the 70s or 80s, according to Britannica. Oh, geez. And according to Britannica. So, and according to the Milwaukee Journal, okay, whatever. So, 70 degrees to 80 degrees is probably about the right temperature and all that. So, perfect temperature right there, 70, 80 degrees, nice temperatures, nice water temperatures. And it always depends on the air temperature, really influences the water temperature, and if the sun's out, and if it's raining or not, because that rainwater can be cold and it can come in. And it also depends if the lock and dams are closed or open and all that. There's a lot of factors that can influence water temperature and all that in the Mississippi River. It always changes too. Remember, last summer, we couldn't get out to the cabin because the water levels were so high. I think it got like really bad last summer. And this was in the summer, not the winter. It usually does this in the wintertime too when we're not there. But unfortunately, it did this in the summertime, so that kind of put a pin in all of our plans. So we didn't probably get out there till like end of July, August, because, I don't know, I heard multiple things, and if somebody wants to comment, if they have anything more information about this, that there was some lock and dam that had to be like shut completely, like it couldn't be open because they were doing construction or whatever on it. And then it was all this rain we'd been getting and all this severe weather up north that was putting all the water down here and all the flooding up north. So I heard multiple factors, and I'm just like, well, who cares what all this is? Can't we just get out on the river? And they're like, no, it's 20 feet. Oh, yeah, we can't do that when it's 20 feet. I don't even think we can get out to the cabin when I think 12 feet is above the road to get to the cabin. I'm thinking it's 12 feet. It could be different, though. 12 feet. So, and we were just out there today, and it probably went from like 10 feet to maybe 6 or 7 feet in 2 weeks. And that also has a factor that we haven't gotten rain in a while and all that. So, once again, there's multiple factors that influence river levels, river temperatures, and all that. So anyway, switching back over to the summer, so that's July 4th weekend. Also this summer, in 8th grade, I am going to my class is going to Washington, D.C. for a week, and we had the fundraise for that. So this summer at the Bagley 4th of July celebration, the parade, I'm walking in the parade, going to collect donations and all that. So I have to go around with a money jar, and I'm like, donate to the Washington 8th grade River Ridge 8th grade Washington, D.C. trip. And it's probably a good thing they chose me because I'm loud. And according to multiple people, even my parents and my teachers and all that, and my friends and all that, they're like, your voice carries and it goes everywhere and everybody can hear it. And it's like, and everybody's like, oh, you definitely have a teacher voice and all that, and there's public speaker voice and all that. And that's why I like doing this podcast, because everybody's like, I've gotten multiple recommendations from people that I should start a podcast because of my fluent speaking voice and all that. And I like sing, and I mean, I don't mind singing, but I like speaking and all that, and that's why I like it. So I mean, I know some people don't like public speaking. I like public speaking, so I think I like when people hear my opinion and all that. So anyway. So I'll be doing that, and we usually go to Thunder in the Valley, which is also in Bagley. We usually go to that, too. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go now to probably the last thing I'm going to talk about, because we're getting a little short on time here. I just saw a weird-looking car go down the road. Looked like, that was weird. Anyway, so let's go Hayward now. Towards the middle to end of July, my family and some friends that live down the road from me, we are going to Hayward, Wisconsin, and I've described this before, and especially in my video. I think it was my second show or whatever. I don't know. It was towards the beginning, and I kind of talked about vacationing in northern Wisconsin and northern Minnesota. And I said how enjoyable it is, how fun it is, how much fun and how much we look forward to every year. Well, this is going to be my family's 6th year of going up to Hayward. And we're going up from the 18th to the 26th. So it's for us, we're going up Friday night. We're going to stay at a hotel. And then we're going to drive up, because it's a 4-hour drive. And then we're going to go for about 2 hours, stay at a hotel. Because we're going to go up like Friday afternoon so that my mom and dad can still work on Friday and all that. Well, yeah, just dad. Dad just works on Friday. And then, so we can go up, then we'll go up and then Saturday we'll head up to Hayward. But we can't check into our resort until like 3. So later in the afternoon. So we go grocery shopping. We go to this pizzeria there. And Hayward, and we'll probably go miniature golfing. Hayward hosts the Lumberjack World Championship, and I believe we're either going the week after or the week before the Lumberjack World Championship is going to Hayward. So, which sucks, but you know what? It is what it is, because I kind of wanted to see that. I think it sounds fun because a lot of people go there, and it's on ESPN, but ESPN features everything sports related. So, but it sounds fun too. And we go up there for a week. We stay at this resort, beautiful place, nice people, all that, nice resort owners. They're very tremendous people. And we stay there, and they have this beautiful lake, beautiful beach area. We go fishing and all that. It's just such a fun time, and it's kind of hard to describe how fun it is because it's just amazing. And it's kind of hard to put it in words how breathtaking it is. And it's beautiful up there, especially in the summertime. All that, and we're going right in the smack dab middle of summer to middle to end of July. So fun time, all that. Anyway, due to timing and, yeah, all that, because I try to settle around 30 minutes now and all that, especially since it's later, we are going to wrap up today's show with a sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Warco Transportation in Bloomington, Wisconsin. Travel with us to your future vacation. Travel with us to your favorite vacation destinations. Thanks for sponsoring today's video. And if you want to be a sponsor, email me at masonkussmaul@gmail.com. No capitalization. And I ask for two things. One, your business name, and two, your business location, what city, town, village, whatever it's in. My next video now, let's talk about that. Now, at the beginning of this, I said why I gave a little bit of an extended forecast. I went until Monday, especially because Monday is Memorial Day. Monday, May 27th? Yeah, 27th. No, 26th. Yeah, 26th. So, I was planning on doing a Memorial Weekend special at my cabin, but I realized how busy I am on Memorial Weekend. And I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do a video how busy I am. And it's kind of hard because we kind of do like pop-up stuff. We'll be like, oh, you guys want to go do this today? And we're like, sure. And all that stuff and all that. So due to that, I'm putting a question mark on our next video. I'm not putting anything out there right now because I'm not 100% confident on anything. I saying in my last video that I was going to do this at 5:30. It ended up being at 7:30. So that's why it's always important to make sure you have notifications turned on. And I believe you have to subscribe to do that. So a win-win there. So make sure you have notifications turned on so you never miss an episode of the Mason Kussmaul Show. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty hard to know what time or day it is. So I'm not 100% confident on a show on Sunday. Would I count on it? Probably not. If it is what it is. If I don't do a show on Sunday, it will be until Wednesday because, I don't like to do a show where I do it on Monday or something and then I have a show almost a day later on Wednesday. So I don't like to do that because then it ruins it. That's why I do it at the beginning and the middle of the week. So that way they're kind of evenly spaced out. So anyway, long story short, probably wouldn't guarantee a show on Sunday. Probably would wait till Wednesday to see it. Otherwise, but you never know. Make sure you have notifications turned on. In case I do, be like, oh, I can fit this in right there. So, and it's only half an hour. So we actually went over the half-an-hour limit. Anyway, let's wrap up tonight's show. It is 8:03 p.m. this Wednesday evening, almost Wednesday night, on May 21st. River Ridge has a day and a half left of school until school's out for them. Area schools, I'm sure they have maybe either are getting out this Friday or probably next Friday around then sometime. But anyway, thanks for viewing tonight's show. Once again, you could always, if you don't catch us live, you could always catch this after. Go to the channel homepage and then go under live and you'll be able to find the Mason Kussmaul Show and the previous episodes of the Mason Kussmaul Show. So, hopefully Sunday. Won't guarantee it's Sunday though, but I'll see you next time when I have a video. Thanks for watching the Mason Kussmaul Show and we'll be back. Happy Wednesday. Happy Memorial Day weekend too. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.